That's UNC Chapel Hill. This is breaking news today. We're seeing unrest on so many different campuses around the country. Last night, or early this morning at 12:30 in the morning at Columbia University, there were a group of individuals that stormed into one of the buildings on the campus, and they broke the windows. They shattered them with hammers. They placed wooden chairs and tables in front of the doors to barricade themselves inside. There were janitors inside. One in particular said that he was being held hostage. He couldn't get out. They finally did let those individuals out. They covered up the security cameras with tape and with black trash bags. There were people outside linking arms, surrounding the building, chanting "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free." This is exam season. These kids are, some of them, we interviewed a few this morning who said they were studying in the library for the exams, and you could hear this outside. They said inside that building, Hamilton Hall, is the admissions office, it's the dean's office, and close by is where all the freshmen live, and they could hear these chants in the middle of the night.
Right. And look at this kid trying to get out there. The other thing is, look at the cowards with their masks on. How proud are you on a movement when you put a mask on? Were they doing that in the 60s when they're fighting for racial justice? Were they doing that when they were standing up and burning draft cards? Were they saying, "Don't look at me, I don't want to get in trouble"?
To your point, Ainsley, about those there being freshmen on campus, this morning at the Morningside Heights campus, they're restricting access. You can only get on the campus, and that's why our Brian Yennis is off campus, just on the other side of the gate, if you live in one of the dorms, and it's a lot of freshmen. And it's a lot of freshman Jewish students. Can you imagine if you were the parent of one of those students watching what is happening to your child at what has historically been regarded as one of the best learning institutions in the world? But now, because of all this stuff, the president has threatened to suspend the people who did not decamp yesterday at 2. We don't know exactly how many, if any, were. But Mike Lawler made a great point. You know, back in the 60s, the threat was not you're going to be suspended and there's going to be a note in your permanent record. But he said, you know, they need to know all the people who broke into that building, you're going to be expelled and you're going to be arrested. Well, how many people would go in then?
You have the right to exercise free speech.
100%.
You have the right for a peaceful protest.
Yep.
But this is more of a riot, and they're destroying property. They're breaking and entering.
They crossed a line.
And they did cross a line. These students, they say they want divestment from companies that are providing services to Israel. They don't want these colleges to give money to those companies, and they want amnesty now for the protesters. So if you're a protester, they want it off their record, so that when they apply for a job, their new employer won't see it.
So Larry Summers, obviously a Democratic Treasury Secretary under Obama and other things, former president of Harvard, says, "I have to say that I've got very little sympathy for these protesters. It seems to me that at a moral minimum, they ought to recognize that they feel what they're doing is profoundly just, but they should recognize that Martin Luther King did and what Gandhi did, that accepting punishment, even severe punishment, was part of the act of civil obedience rather than trying to rally allies to insist they will not be disciplined." So they're worried about the ramifications while doing whatever the hell they want. And that, what you're seeing is Hamilton Hall, named after Alexander Hamilton. Obviously, they've been a target from the 60s to the 70s of different takeovers. This was a complete surprise, it seems. And the one thing about Mike Lawler, he wants the president to resign. But the president's dealing with a faculty and a Senate and a board that feels as though she should be reprimanded for even bringing the cops to begin with. So at what point do you say the president's not the problem, the whole institution is the problem?
Well, it will be interesting to see as they put a metal picnic table up against the door right there.
Genius.
Exactly how they do deal with the professors and adjunct professors and teaching aides who stood with the people who broke a bunch of laws. You can express yourself, you cannot disrupt. But it's not only here in New York City. We're going to show you where some of the other spots of trouble this morning are. You're taking a live look now at New Haven, Connecticut. This is a Fox News alert. to the protests at Yale, where police are blocking off parts of the campus, as you can see right there. According to its school paper, 50 officers are reportedly moving in on the protesters' encampment. But the New Haven Police Department chief says no students have been arrested so far this morning. And so that has been the line so far. At Columbia, also at UNC Chapel Hill, what they've said is you got to get out of your encampments. If you don't, we're going to move in. They moved in on campus at Columbia a week or so ago. They moved in this morning in North Carolina.
Yeah, you see timidity everywhere, especially on these Ivy League campuses. It's a different story at the University of Texas, Austin, different story in the University of Georgia. There's a different story, as we just shown you, at Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhardt. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.